You know what blows my mind? A photographer's quest for the perfect swan photo nearly became his last adventure when he fell through ice in the middle of nowhere. And the most surprising part is how he kept his memory card dry while nearly freezing to death.
That's such a wild story. How did someone even get into that situation?
Well, picture this. It's during an intense cold snap, and this photographer decides to trek 2 miles through deep snow to reach what he calls his secret loch, a hidden spot only he knows about. He's after these majestic swan photos, but here's where it gets dicey.
Let me guess, he didn't exactly follow basic wilderness safety protocols.
Oh man, not even close. No phone, no emergency beacon, and nobody knew where he was. But here's the really crazy part. He actually walks out onto the frozen loch to get closer to the swans.
That's like breaking every single rule in the outdoor safety handbook. What was he thinking?
You know how tunnel vision works with passionate photographers? They see the shot, not the danger. But when that ice cracked, everything changed. He lost his hat, gloves, and snow glasses instantly, and now he's fighting a terrifying clock.
What do you mean by fighting a clock?
So, get this, he knew exactly how hypothermia would affect him. 2 minutes until his limbs would start failing, 5 minutes until total numbness, and 15 minutes until unconsciousness. That's some seriously specific knowledge to have while you're literally freezing to death.
The fact that he could think that clearly in such extreme conditions is remarkable. How did he manage to survive?
Well, that's where it gets interesting. He somehow pulled himself out wearing boots that felt like concrete blocks, then had to trek back through deep snow for 4 hours in soaking wet clothes that were literally freezing solid on his body.
4 hours in wet clothes, in freezing temperatures. That's beyond what most survival experts would consider possible.
And here's what really gets me. When he finally made it back, his clothes were so frozen he had to cut them off with a Stanley knife. But you know what he made sure to protect through this whole ordeal?
Please tell me you're not going to say his camera.
His memory card! Can you believe it? He's literally fighting for his life, and part of his brain is still thinking about preserving those photos.
That really speaks to how deeply ingrained a photographer's instincts can be. Though I'm wondering about the psychological impact of an experience like this.
It's fascinating you mention that because he talks about how he still shivers when thinking about it, but also feels more alive because of it. It's this strange paradox of trauma and triumph.
That's such a human response, finding meaning in near disaster. Did this experience change his approach to photography?
You know, that's the million-dollar question. He doesn't say whether he still visits that secret loch or if he finally started carrying a phone, but it raises some interesting questions about risk versus reward in pursuit of art.
Especially in today's social media age, where dramatic nature photos can bring instant fame.
Exactly. We're seeing more and more photographers pushing boundaries for that perfect shot. But here's what I find most compelling about this story. It's a perfect example of how quickly things can go wrong in nature, even when you think you know what you're doing.
Though I have to wonder, were those swan photos worth nearly dying for?
Well, here's the thing about passion. It often clouds our judgment. But this story serves as a powerful reminder that no photo is worth your life, no matter how beautiful the subject might be.
So what's the takeaway here? Besides the obvious, don't walk on frozen lakes alone.
I think it's about finding that balance between pursuing your passion and respecting nature's power. And maybe, just maybe, investing in a waterproof phone and telling someone where you're going before heading out to your secret photography spots.
And perhaps considering that sometimes the best shot is the one you can get safely from solid ground.
You know what's really striking? How this whole experience embodies that thin line between dedication and recklessness. It's a wake-up call for anyone who thinks it won't happen to me.